Rugby League is back.
Drum roll, please.
You're a true Warriors fan.
I have no recollection of that hot take.
We don't all have to agree.
It's good to be back.
It's just a really boring team.
Oh, partner.
Start winning some games.
I think there'll be a lot of changes to the team.
I've got them making the 8 for mine.
Let's go. Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Advantage Line, TAB's Rugby League betting podcast. It's Grand Final week. Paul Moate is back from a suspension, joins me in studio. Paul, are you ready to adhere to the rules?
Oh, just like off of Solomona, I'm ready to do anything it takes to play this weekend. Unfortunately for him, he won't be, but I am.
And joining us for this very special Grand Final episode is the great man. He's been with us all season, Nick Tedeschi. How are you, mate?
I love Grand Final week. I just love Grand Final week. It's a bit like the lead up to Christmas. It's full of excitement, and there's no more depressing day in the entire year than the Monday after Grand Final. Well, at least we've got some international rugby league to kind of tide us over and give us another extra month. But yeah, very, very excited about this Grand Final. Like, some Grand Finals are mismatches. Some Grand Finals are like this is the best 20-year team maybe ever against the best 5-year team in 50 years. So, Bellamy playing, coaching his 11th Grand Final. Penrith looking for, Penrith in their 5th straight Grand Final, first time in 50-odd years to do that, and facing 4 straight premierships, which hasn't been done since the great St George team.
And it pretty much wraps up everything we need to talk about. So thanks for joining us. And Searle, not required this week, pal.
I've got nothing to add, basically. There's some great betting options. Gamble responsibly. But, I'm looking forward to this one. I think I've changed my mind already 3 or 4 times on who I think is going to win, just because the more you hear other people talk about it too, it sways your opinion. But I bring on Sunday night.
How good. All right, let's get straight into it. And Paul, given you're away last week and you're only doing the grid live now,
Oh, boy.
I'm guessing.
Oh, no.
Yes, boys, I forgot to do the grid too, so here we go.
Oh, wow.
But we back your knowledge, Teddy. Paulie's all at sea, I reckon.
I'm cooked already.
It's a hard one.
Over under 2.5 red crosses for Paulie. I'm going overs.
Rocky, you wouldn't get much from the bookies. I'll give you the tip now.
He's got 5 squares left and he's already got 1 red. So,
Perfect.
but I was going to say, I can't imagine the sheet's been updated because I didn't do it for our betting sheet.
Oh, I haven't even looked at it.
No, okay.
I think I had a win last week, Karl. I think I might be back in the black.
I had a win too, Teddy. So, from memory, actually, I should have my bets. No, didn't write them down. I had Panthers 13 plus. And I feel like I thought about putting all 100 on it. I think I put 80 on it at $2. So a little bit of positivity there for me. I can't remember what my second bet was though. What did you have, Teddy? Can you remember?
I had the Panthers 19 plus and the Storm 19 plus.
Oh, wow,
I'm back, baby.
Was that all 100 on?
No, I think it was 80 on. I think I had 20 on a try-scoring double.
Wow.
Gunner into someone, gunner in score.
Blake had... Well, that might have been 2 weeks ago.
I had I had both teams 13 plus. I just for some reason, like, my text came up saying it didn't send. I couldn't believe it. I think I tried to send it to Paulie and he was in international waters, so it didn't get processed. But...
Is that like the same text that you get bounce back every week for the last 20 weeks when you haven't sent your tips in? Or?
I reckon Paulie's blocked me, I reckon he's blocked me. It's pretty harsh. I've been trying. You should say I'm up big time, man.
Because I was in international waters, my 2 same-game multis that I multied together both came in, but obviously... Unfortunately, you guys didn't get it. So.
Okay.
Great week on the punt then. We'll take it.
Karl and Ted just leading the way as they have done all season.
Just doing our very, very best.
Just doing it for the battlers, Teddy.
That's all we do.
Hopefully, after grand final week, we will have an up-to-date sheet and we can see how our season-long betting race has gone. Before we get to it, we're a long way away from it yet, but I thought betting this week, fellas, we could treat ourselves to an extra 100, have a little 200.
Oh,
How do we feel about that?
yeah.
Right. That'll be enough to get me home, I think. So I'm all for it.
You're kidding yourself. All right. Let's go divided opinion. And I've been looking at the last 12 grand finals. Why the last 12, you say? Well, I was on Wikipedia and that was how many grand finals fit in the screen that I was looking at. So it made sense to me.
Oh, I'm also guessing it'll fit the statistics you're trying to bring out for us.
No, but I was looking at it and also thought like that was kind of 2012 was when Melbourne kind of started this, I guess, after the salary cap drama and all of that. It was kind of their sort of next phase of the club, I suppose.
Yep.
These two teams that are in the grand final this week, the Panthers and the Storm, have both won 3 grand finals each in the last 12 years. Who walks away with the better legacy winning on Sunday night? Teddy.
Parents. Unfortunately for Melbourne, theirs has been spread out for such a long period of time that they're going to stand the test of time, but they haven't had that run. That really is when we go back 40 or 50 years, you know, we're not talking about how many finals South's made, you know, over a 20-year period, how many times they reached the top 4. We talk about how many St George won in a row, how many South Sydney made in a row. It's that streak that's going to be a bit of difference. And 5 in a row is historic grand finals on the trot, but 4 will put them in rare air. And in the NRL era, that's about as close to St George as you're ever going to get. 4 premierships in a row. So, considering we didn't have back-to-back premiers from 91, 92, 97, 98 if you count Super League, all the way through to the Roosters in 2018, 19. Now we have someone who's been 4 in a row. Penrith easily for all.
Even though, I'll come to you, Searle, but even though Melbourne made 3 in a row and 4 within 5 years in that period, they didn't win them all, obviously, but they've had a pretty heavy presence in the grand final. Sorry, Teddy, that was for you. And then I'll come to you, Searle.
Yeah, no, look, don't get me wrong, I've got nothing but the utmost respect for the Storm. And they had that period where they made 4 grand finals in a row. I'm not taking off them, but yeah, look, the Storm have been right up there and they have had that presence, but what Penrith have done is they just kept winning. You know, they've kept winning, they kept winning on top of each other. So, yeah, it's just one after the other. So, yeah, I've got nothing but the utmost respect for Craig Bellamy and the Storm. And you look back at some of the players that have played and reached all those grand finals, they will stand the test of time. But as a club, it's what Penrith has done in the last 5 years that's got to stand the test of time.
Before I come to you, Searle, Paul, are you listening?
What are we doing?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I heard. I'm the same as Teddy. It's all about...
Oh, so you don't know what you're agreeing to. You do not know what you're agreeing to. But I actually agree. I'm the same as Teddy. And my logic behind it is that the purists will remember teams that made grand finals and who lost, but the casual fans will remember who won, and everyone will remember Penrith winning 4 on the bounce. And for me, that is just crazy. From where they've come from as well, the way they've done it, the amount of players they've lost, but still been able to just keep on winning. When you look at the players that have departed over the last 2 years, there's a championship winning side that's completely almost been wiped out. So, yeah, it's just so impressive. And I don't think we'll see it again. If we do in my lifetime, it'll be once or twice. Like, it's so hard to win 2 in a row, let alone 4 in a row.
Yep. A bit like you, Ted, I was kind of finding a way to talk myself into Melbourne here, but like you say, to win 4 in a row is pretty spectacular. Like, Melbourne, I think, will go down as one of the, the best team, in the NRL era.
Without question.
Kind of thing. Like, and what they've done and Craig Bellamy and all of that. But yeah, 4 in a row is pretty special. But they've got to get to 4 in a row. They've got to get there. I do like the little fairy tale, the little bookend, Melbourne's Panthers. 4 years ago.
You're assuming the run's over though. Oh, yeah.
Well, we could get to that later on. Let's have a little bit of fun. So I put together a little quiz for you fellas.
So now I've got to do a quiz and a grid at the same time. Is that what you're telling me?
Hey. Look,
That's on me. That's on me.
that is on you.
Is this like the chase? I love the chase.
What we're going to do is it's first man in. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Do we have buzzers?
I've only got 4 questions here. That didn't. I started to write a 5th, but I never got there. But anyway, we'll see how we go. The prep for this show is through the roof. I tell you what, punters, boys are on fire. Anyway, buzz in with your name or whatever you want. All
Can
right.
we go odds? Teddy goes 4 on the bounce and does the Penrith 4-peat before they do.
I'm completely rattled this morning. Use the other daylight savings time running into a rugby union podcast into forgetting to the grid as we all see.
He also texted me last night at 11:30 p.m. He said, "I've just looked at my calendar. Are we on at 7 a.m. tomorrow?" For those not aware of where Teddy's based, he's in Sydney, punters, and Sydney haven't changed their clocks forward yet, so he's an extra hour behind. It's a disaster.
Not quite in Sydney.
New South Wales.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry. 4.5
Like
hours
Maguire
out.
territory.
Which is where Maguire used to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
After what I wrote yesterday, I'm not sure we want to be too close to each other.
Anyway, to the quiz. These are quite long-winded questions.
Oh.
There have been 2 Clive Churchill medalists that have come from a losing team in the last 12 grand finals. Can you name them?
Daly Cherevins, because I backed him, and Jack Whiten, because I backed him. I got lucky on both of them. Well, I've rarely been as despondent as I was after leaving the stadium in the 2013 grand final, having been absolutely the proverbial deep on Manly, and then to hear that there was some salvation that Daly Cherevins have been given the Churchill medal and kind of mitigated some of the damage. Wow, amazing memory.
That's impressive.
And that's grand final 1 for Teddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Going back to the turn of the century.
Oh, gee.
There have
Oh,
been-
yep. Go on, Teddy. Buzz in.
Yeah.
there have
Turn
been
of which century?
13 teams, only 13 teams to play in the grand final. 24 games is possible, 48 teams. Only 13 teams.
Name all 13.
3 of those teams have only been involved once. Can you name them?
Was.
Since when?
Incorrect.
Since when? Since 2000. Okay, big.
Yep.
St George Illawarra,
Yep.
Yeah.
Canberra.
No.
Huh? Canberra's only been involved
Yeah,
once.
no, sorry. Maybe it's 4 teams.
The West Tigers.
4 teams, yep.
I've got 3, or is there
Got-
4?
You've got 3.
The
there's 4.
Cowboys? The Cowboys play?
It seems like I've answered correctly,
Cowboys
but I
played
will.
twice. They lost
Cowboys
to the
twice.
Tigers.
Yeah,
and then they
Cowboys are
won.
twice. Yeah.
And Newcastle.
There might be 5. Might be
Oh, this is top quality.
Wait,
You asked for 3, I've named 4, and I still haven't got the points. Is that what you're telling me?
I was looking for the Sharks.
Okay.
they were 2016 Sharkies, right? And then,
That's about right.
and yeah, they haven't since. You wouldn't think, no.
Like, I haven't got Newcastle on my list here, but
When was Knights?
Well,
2000.
2001.
Yeah, against Para, eh?
Yeah.
I've got Para in here for 2001. Yeah, look.
Okay, so we all get a point because that was wrong.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
that was some fact checking on my part. Hasn't gone well. But Teddy, you're 2-0. Well done.
Yeah, nice, Teddy.
Really struggled.
This one I know the answer to. In the last 10 years, how many Fords have won the Clive Churchill Medal?
How over what period of time?
10 years.
So 2014.
I'm gonna go. Searle. Is it two? Burgess and the Sharkies bloke.
Yeah, Lewis, but it should have been
Lewis.
Fafita.
Yeah, correct.
Yes.
Yes, Sally.
I'm gonna ring my dad. He'll be so proud. So Paulie's on the nudie run. No pressure, Paulie.
Can we get your dad live? Can we get him on now?
Right, he would be over the moon. He'd be like, "What question did you get? This is so good."
I did the nudie run in the middle of the South Pacific, so
Hey.
What type of cruise was this, Paulie?
I'm hesitant to ask my final question because I'm scared I haven't fact checked correctly.
Here we go.
I'm going to ask it anyway. Since 2012, there have been 5 grand finals where the losing team has only scored 1 try. I'm going to go through the games. Can you name the try scorers?
Oh,
I feel like Teddy might get a couple here, and this is no dig at him.
I was researching tries last night, so I reckon I'll have a fair chance at some of this. But I would not have remembered if you'd asked this question 24 hours ago.
2012, the Storm beat the Dogs 12-4.
oh, Teddy's got
Who
this.
scored the try for the Dogs?
Was it Inu?
No. It was a winger.
Oh. Can I have another crack or no?
Yep.
yeah, go for gold.
Sam Parrott?
Sam Parrott.
Oh, what a footballer.
Yeah, I love Sam Parrott.
2014, the Bunnies beat the Dogs 30-6. This is
T-Rex.
no dig at you.
There we go.
Tony Williams.
Tony Williams, T-Rex. 2017, the Storm beat the Cowboys 34-6.
Oh,
Justin O'Neill.
Incorrect.
Oh.
This player now plays for the Warriors.
From the Cowboys.
From the Cowboys.
still currently plays.
Still currently plays.
What, Tomato Martin?
Correct.
Oh,
Wow. I've got to be guessing all year for that.
Was he still alive? Was he even playing footy then?
Yeah, was he
And
born?
confirm he's still alive.
was he
yes.
still alive?
No, sorry, I didn't mean. I meant, was he born? Jeepers.
Was he born?
What? 2017?
Hey, he's the baby-eyed assassin. Was that rookie year?
Look, I can't.
Oh.
I don't have the answer to that. Sorry. 2018, Roosters 21, Storm 6. Who scored the try for the Storm?
Justin O'Neill? No. Unless I'm guessing him.
You love
This player now plays for
Fox.
the Fox. Yep.
Oh, Edo.
Well,
Player
maybe.
now plays for St George Illawarra as a boy.
Yeah, maybe doesn't play.
Yeah, this player now plays for no one. Yeah.
And in 2019, the Roosters beat the Raiders 14-8.
Wasn't Joey Manu. Joey Leilua.
Oh, who?
Whiten? Did you score the try?
It was Whiten. Yep.
I
Correct.
remember Chance had a heck of a game.
I remember Sam Verrill's not first try, which is just disgraceful. Ruined every bet.
On your Teddy, good win again.
Yeah. And
It's
Shout
good
out to
score.
Tomato Martin. Shout out to Tomato.
Big Tomato. I can't even believe Tomato Martin was born then.
Well, he was alive. Yeah. Crazy.
shout out to Paul. He got 0 out of that quiz. I've got here in the next piece of the run sheet, quick Dalian recap. I thought they were on last night. I got that wrong.
I did see that, and I didn't want to burst your bubble, but we could recap it anyway.
We can recap the podcast. It was a good
Teddy,
podcast.
Teddy texted me. He said, "What are you talking about? It's on tonight." I was like, "Oh, yeah, okay." But as you say, we did record a podcast yesterday. So if you haven't heard that, go back and listen to it. It's got our Dalian predictions. It was good fun. Have you listened to that, Paul?
No, I haven't.
Who's your Dally M?
Has to be Hughes, doesn't it?
No, it does not have to be Hughes.
So you don't like Hughes?
No, I don't. I would give it to Hughes if it was just a medal. I think based on where the voting was at and kind of going through the games, I think Teddy's going to get it.
Paul disagrees.
Look, I hope I'm wrong. Like, Hughes has been the best player this year, and I always not seen the best player yet. So, I think he deserves it. But I think we maybe underestimate Teddy a little bit.
Yep.
James Tedesco as well.
Look, the show's completely off the rails
Fair
now.
income.
When Teddy's comparing himself to Teddy, it's
It wouldn't be the first time. It wouldn't be the 150th time.
all right. Let's continue to have some fun with the NRL grid. If you are playing at home, pause the pod. Pause the pod.
If you're playing live in the podcast, pause the pod as well, Paulie.
I'm still one square away.
Paul's still got 4, so this is going to be really fun. Go and find the grid for October 1st, Tuesday, October 1st, and then come back in about 15 minutes.
Okay. I'll be back soon, boys.
That's so hard.
We might have finished it.
This is going to be fun. All right, across the top, Clint Newton, teammate, has played for the Dragons, played for 2 clubs in 1 season. Down the left, played for Penrith, played centre and second row, played for Newcastle. This was the hardest grid I've ever done.
Yeah, I got my first red square, so first red square for the year.
I've got a red square too.
So,
ring my dad. Ring my dad.
sound the alarm. Searle's home.
How good. I was still in the top 40 last night.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was 45th. I was just like, what? This was not good.
Okay. Searle, do you want to kick us off with your top row? Oh, Teddy, actually, you gone? Are you finished?
Yep.
All right, we'll stay with Teddy. Teddy's top row.
Clint Newton teammate, Panther, Brad Ty, 2.46. Dragon, Panther, Richie Williams, Wizard, 0.28. Played for 2 clubs in 1 season, Panther, James Roberts, 7.78.
Okay, good start. Searle.
Clint Newton teammate for Penrith, Cam Seraldo, 1.14. St Georgian Panthers, Tyrell Fuimoano, and then played for 2 teams in 1 season from the Panthers, Tavita Pangai Jr., professional boxer.
Oh, that's very good.
Nice. What were your scores for your last 2 there?
2.61 and 6.60.
Strong start. I had Clint Newton teammate, played for the Panthers, Isaac John, Brain, 0.52.
Hey.
Dragons Panther, Luke Prittis, 7.36. Played for 2 clubs in 1 season. Panther, George Jennings, 2.88.
Nice.
Nigel Plum, 2.38. Luke Prittis, 7.36. Lewis Brown, 100.
Teddy, your middle row.
Clint Newton teammate, centre and back row, Lewis Brown, 6.49. Dragon, centre back row, Matt Pryor, 8.15. And red square, there were only 8 possible answers for this, so when you're under the time pressure of being on a pod, made it difficult. 2 clubs, 1 season, centre back row, I went Chris McQueen, 100.
Don't make excuses for your inability.
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't make excuses, so I don't want to take away from Searle's magnificent.
That's you're more than welcome to. For my Clint Newton teammate, played centre and second row, Bo Scott, 8.2. Dragons played centre and second row, Jack Bird, 6.94. And then 2 clubs in 1 season, played centre and second row, Joey Leilua, 23.17.
Oh, outstanding, yeah.
Was that the top score?
I don't know. It was 23.17. It didn't give me anything. But
yeah. Clint Newton teammate played centre and second row. Sione Matautai, 4.29. Dragon centre second row. Joel Thompson, 7.84. Centre second row, 2 clubs in 1 season. Josh Dugan, 100.
Danny Galea, 32.95. Willie Manu, 100. Joey Leilua, 53.17.
3.17.
Oh, did you use the tip, did you? Oh, so that, for my over-under, that has to count, which means you're at 3, which means the bet cashes. Perfect.
No, I can tell you, you cashed anyway. You don't.
Okay, good.
Bottom row, Teddy.
Newton teammate, Knights, Adam Clydesdale, 0.54.
Clydesdale.
Dragon and Knights, Alex McKinnon, 1.08. And a regular in these answers, 2 clubs, 1 season. Knights, Richie Faoso, 3.99.
Nice. For Clint Newton, teammate Newcastle, I had the great Adam McDougall. For the Dragons and the Knights, I had Ben Rogers, which was a brain, 1.39. And then played 2 clubs, 1 season from the Knights. Manu Brown, Kiwis hooker, 2.46.
Nice.
I also had a great for Newton teammate and Knights. Andrew Johns, 1.24. Dragon Knight. You guys know I love getting brothers in here. Peter Matautai.
Nice.
Brain, 1.73.
Jeez.
And my favourite, 2 clubs, 1 season, Knight, Tarek Sims, 8.81.
Aidan Guerra, 100. Ben Murdoch-Masilla, 100. Clint Newton, 4.23.
Totals, Teddy.
130.8.
Searle.
54.
That's impressive.
Sterling! Incredible.
I had 134.7.
Oh,
Oh, how have I got silver?
Paulie.
Can you count that much?
500.1.
Nice. Is that a record?
Oh, I think that's a record like Usain Bolt's is a record. Like, it's so far ahead of anything else.
It's uncatchable.
It will never be beaten. Never be beaten. Except maybe by me.
Well, like,
We're supposed to be rugby league experts.
Mate, I got off the boat yesterday. I had to wait at the airport for 4 hours.
You could have done it then.
I want to hazard a guess and say you weren't sober.
I wasn't 100%.
Have you been 100% this whole season?
I've had some niggling injuries.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was good fun. Okay. 500.
I think only the manly doctor would clear you of a HIA right now.
Tell you what, though, if in doubt, go with the Matautai and Jennings brothers, and you'll go a long way to completing any grid.
Sims brothers.
Yeah.
Also
There's nothing I hate more, though, than the 2 clubs in 1 season. Of all the questions that get asked,
Yeah.
somehow I just excluded that stuff from my brain.
All right. Let's talk some rugby league. Last week, Storm 48, Roosters 18. This was one heck of a watch, Teddy.
Yeah, it was just an absolute smash job, wasn't it? The Roosters fought tough, but they were just never really had the class. Melbourne just plays such a great style of football. We put 48 points on a prelim. You know, we can talk about whether that's kind of an indictment on the league or kind of whether the talent stretched out too far and the gap between the great and the good is too big. But I don't know. I thoroughly enjoyed watching the Storm play last week because I thought I didn't think the Roosters were bad, but I just thought the tactics there, they gave Teddy absolutely nothing. For a guy who gets to do so much work, I think he had 30 metres after about 30 minutes last week. Just unlike Teddy, like he just couldn't get himself into the game. A lot of the ball, a lot of the field position. Jerome Hughes, we're going to wax lyrical about him again. We probably will next week as well. But what a performance! Yeah, I can't think of a halfback. Everyone goes, "Oh, Nathan Cleary's like Andrew Johns." Nathan Cleary is nothing like Andrew Johns. Like they're both great players, but Nathan Cleary is robotic, does everything right. That wasn't Andrew Johns at all. Andrew Johns was mercurial, magical, and took on the line at every opportunity. And that's what Jerome Hughes does. Jerome Hughes is a run first halfback. He might pass more, but he's looking for that run every single time. And that reminds me of Joey. Joey always would be looking for the run. Kick was always there. The pass was always there. But if you could run and you get to the try line, you do that first. That mitigates a lot of that risk. I just thought that was a sublime performance. I thought it was the best Pat performance we've seen since he's come back. It's been tough going, tough sledding maybe for Pap. He clearly lost a bit of pace. I never thought I would have seen the day where Pap was in open space and he passes the ball because he's about to get run down. I never thought that day would come. But of all the tries we saw on the weekend, that try from the 20-metre tap, I think sums up Melbourne to a T. Just prepared. You can see them talking about it on the way up. Got the ball half a boot on the try line. And they are talking about it, positioning themselves on the way up as they're sprinting up there. Got themselves in position, bang. And then Young House scores in the corner. So, great performance. I don't think the Roosters lost any environments. They had no Sam Walker. They had no real kind of playmaker there. So, would have been difficult even with Walker, but it was a fair flogging in the end. And, the Storm can run up a score when things are going well. So they've got the talent and the ability. So, big win.
Two things for me. Say, Jerome Hughes, run first halfback, but he's got what differentiates him from the other sort of halfbacks is he's got the pass first, he's got the kick first, and he knows when to use that.
He never pulls, he rarely pulls the wrong way. You rarely see him throw a long cutout ball when he should have thrown a short ball, or where he runs it where he should have passed it. I've never once heard Jerome Hughes be called selfish when he runs the ball probably more than any halfback. You are 100% spot on. He has all the tools and just puts them together so well. His game sense. What does this say about clubs like we talked about yesterday, the Cowboys and the Titans that he played a game for and was fended off, and now he's going to be. He's going to be up there by the time he finishes his career as one of the great halfbacks of the NRL era. And if he's not, he should be.
Yeah. Searle, is there a better time for your 4 best players to round into form?
It's crazy, right? I was saying the other week, if 2 of the 4 are on fire, you're in trouble. If 4 of the 4 are on fire, you're absolutely cooked. And I love the way they balance the workload too. Like we said before with Hughes and his ball running, if Munster's got the hot hand, Hughes is happy to feed them as well. And it could be the complete opposite. If they were selfish players, it could be a nightmare between Munster and Hughes, but they balance it so well. I thought the way they targeted that Carey-Crichton channel was perfect. They threw Pappenhausen at them a couple times early, used his speed to get on Carey's outside, and that spooked him. And then that try where they scored off the cut, he just overchased and Crichton didn't expect it. And then from then on out, they just peppered that channel the whole time and made Angus Crichton look average when he's been the best second rower in the competition. So I thought it was just a masterclass. They showed up ready to go off the back of a week off. You could tell they'd prepared crazily, and no doubt that's a Bellamy masterclass there too. But yeah, when that spine is all 4 are on the same sheet, there's not a lot you can do.
7 tries on the spine, Paul, and Harry Grant didn't get 1.
Well, he got his the week before, didn't he? But if you have a look at that, and well, for mine, the second half was a wee bit hazy. But the first half, I thought...
And that's not a testament to the Storm or the Roosters. That's a testament to sipping margaritas on a cruise, isn't it?
It was clear night in Melbourne, wasn't it?
That first half, outside of that Daniel Tupou try, was just sensational from Storm. I just love the lines that they run. They just almost always pick the right gap to run into. And Jerome Hughes is a great proponent of that. I agree. That quick tap, 20. He passed it to Pappenhausen, who ran straight through a It wasn't a big gap, but it was enough for Pappenhausen to get through. And like Teddy, I was surprised that he didn't put the foot down and just go to the corner himself. So he's obviously that injury is still affecting his speed, but he still had enough to get through. And then Howarth did put the finishing touches on it. But I just thought that first half was just absolutely sensational from the Storm. However, if there's a team that can shut them down, it's the Penrith Panthers.
Dom Young gobbled him up that fast, but the move that Howarth put on to score the try was very, very good.
He's going to be some kind of player.
Yeah.
Howarth, like to force his way, like you remember at the start of the year, everyone, recency bias gets everyone. Everyone thinks this was a predetermined grand final. The Storm started the year at $13, but also Remus Smith was the starting centre there. And then there was an injury, and I forget who came in after him, but he was like House was well down the line and was considered a back row at the start of the year, and now was locked himself into that centre spot for a long time to come. Like he plays that position so well, and the way he moves there, like Dom Young got him too. Like, Dom Young came again and got him, and should have put him down the corner and just a little shimmy and. Yeah, it was brilliant stuff.
He's a Kiwi, right?
Doesn't play like one, but I'm gonna.
So how do you explain Jerome Hughes? But yeah, I
much like Crowded House Pavlova and Farlap. I think he's Australian now. No, he is. He is. Yeah.
pick him.
He played for the Maritime.
Yeah, pick him.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
He was born in Mackay, though, so questionable.
You keep Trent Barrett. We'll have Jack Howarth.
Keep Trent Barrett. Everyone's trying to offload Trent Barrett.
Any other words on the Storm Roosters, fellas? No? All right. Panthers.
No.
You sure?
Oh, I was about to go on a refereeing map, but I'm going to save it for this one.
Oh,
I'll combine both.
I said Melbourne Roosters, not. Anyway. Panthers 26, Sharks 6. Look, for us 13-plus punters, it was a little bit shaky there for a long time until...
Try being on 19-plus.
Yeah, until... look, if you talk about, Melbourne's big four clicking into gear at the right time, the spine of the Panthers kind of returned serve, if you will, on Saturday night. Cleary, Edwards, and who's the other bloke? Jerome Luai. They all went all right. Sorry. What do you make of this game, Ted?
Yeah, conditions didn't really suit the Panthers. You'd think they'd be a good wet weather team, but they've kind of historically not been that at all. This to me, though, was just Nathan Cleary, to a T, right? The game, the Sharks really showed up for this one. I was surprised how much trouble the Sharks were causing Penrith early. I thought they played, except I don't think the Sharks could have played much better, to be honest. Hines could have probably got himself involved a bit more, and there were moments that were kind of the difference, but for an overall team, great Fitzgibbon got his team up. They were ready to play. They were prepared. I thought he did a good job. But that 40-20 from Nathan Cleary, and then when he put Paul Alamotti over that first try, was just such a turning point in the game. We're just like, wow, what a talent. So, I know some idiot on this podcast probably 7 or 8 years ago questioned whether he was a first grader. Hopefully he's long gone. But it was really that was the Nathan Cleary masterclass. Kicked him to victory, took advantage where they didn't take advantage of. I think, we saw an underestimated Paul Alamotti. I think he's going to we'll get to that soon, but have a big grand final. Kind of really come of age, and that sounded like not only the 2 tries he scored, I think he put a hit on him to chase off a kick. It was about as hard a hit as you'll ever see. So, and they did it with getting absolutely stitched up by the refereeing by both ends. So it was absolutely the refereeing in that game. I can't believe Ashley Klein is a grand final, but he shouldn't be anywhere near. He shouldn't be anywhere near first grade, let alone a grand final. That was appalling. And the fact Chris Butler was given a preliminary final when he's been roundly mocked for his confusion and inability to handle any kind of pressure. I thought Ivan Cleary's press conference was about the best press conference you could have in slamming a referee and the way the bunker operates, because it was coming off a win. He did it calmly. It wasn't a full of anger, ranting and raving. He was just like this. Chris Butler justified that no try by claiming he had outside shoulder when it was clearly his inside shoulder. Like, if the bloke can't even tell an outside shoulder from an inside shoulder, what is he doing there? Like, what hope do we have that these guys are going to have any understanding of rugby league or how rugby league is played if you can't tell an inside shoulder from an outside shoulder? Right. I've seen some absolutely horrendous garbage coming out of the bunker this year. That absolutely topped it.
Rumours the bunker was on the cruise with Paulie, sitting side by side in the shotgun. They were watching something else and then caught the wrong game.
It was Maladi's inside shoulder.
I thought I was just ordering another cocktail. No, no try.
Press the wrong button.
Was it that try or that no try? You talked about Paul Alamote before. His move on who's the winger? It would have been Sione Katoa on that side for the Sharks. I think it was a real subtle kind of little stop-start shimmy, but he just sucked him right in and opened it up for Taruva. It was that stood out to me. It was a very, very good move. Yeah,
he's a very, very good player. I was telling him he was at Canterbury. Canterbury didn't know to get the best out of him. And he's not even in the best Panthers side, it looks like, because he's been in and out of the team all year, but he has been outstanding. And he will be an outstanding player for the Panthers for years to come.
Yeah. Searle, anything to add on this game?
I just thought the biggest takeaway for me is if I was the Storm watching that back, I'd be a little bit worried because I thought the Panthers made so many uncharacteristic mistakes that aren't like them. Teddy mentioned they struggle in the wet. I think they're 2 from 6 in the wet this year. So there was passes there from Mitch Kenny just hitting the deck. There were periods in that game where it looked like they didn't know what they were up to. I don't think Penrith dish up anything like that in back-to-back weeks. So, yeah, I just thought there was a little bit there of perhaps they that the Sharkies might have caught them in the week where perhaps you could tip them up. They still just had too much for them. But, yeah, if I was Melbourne, I'd be expecting an onslaught because I think that Penrith would have been filthy with the performance they put up in certain aspects of that game.
Can tell you it won't be wet on Sunday.
No. Sunny.
Mostly sunny, very warm, high of 30 degrees in Sydney.
I've just had a look at the 2021 Grand Final, the one that the Panthers won. And if you look at their team that lines up this weekend, they're missing Stephen Crichton from that 2021 Grand Final, Paul Momorowski, Matt Burton.
Momorowski.
How will they recover from the Momorowski?
Coruscant, Kurt Capewell, Viliami Kiko was on the interchange bench for the Panthers back in 2021. That's a big chunk of very, very good NRL horsepower that they've seen move on, and they've been able to just continue.
It would hurt most teams. Penrith's not built that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Penrith's just not built that way. Penrith's just, we are going to bring young talent through, and when someone has to go, someone has to go. And it'll be the same next year. Like, they're going to lose Luai and Taruva. They will have absolutely ready-made replacements. Well,
and Fisher Harris.
And Fisher Harris.
Harris, yep.
3 big ones is at the end of the run, who knows? But they're going to have replacements coming through.
Yeah, and we saw it this year when Taylor May dropped out. And it was, well, who's coming in? All of a sudden, this Alamotti, he's playing at a very, very high level.
Yeah, even McLean, who can't make the team now, but he is, 19 years old. He's got a brother that's very similar in talent as well. There's, that Penrith factory is still producing.
So, Teddy, you said the Penrith factory, but also Storm are the other team that can do that too.
Well, Storm are different, right? So Storm The Storm factory is not really the Storm's kind of like a refurbishment house in terms of like they just pay their 4 big guys as much money as they need, keep them happy, and then just get a job at everyone else. And occasionally they'll find this diamond in the rough like an Eli Katoa, who's a genuine talent. More often than not, they're just dealing with your Josh Kings and your Nick Meanies and all these kind of players who they just get something out of. They just play a role and they do their job really well. And no one's ever talking to them for rep football or no one's ever talking about them. And clubs are kind of wising up now, realising, well, there's no point in even paying these guys because we can't do with them what the Storm can do with them. So, built differently, but both very successful. And I kind of love that, which has kind of been an underestimated part of this battle is kind of, how these two teams are built and how they've built the success. Like, really couldn't have done it in more different ways because obviously the Storm don't have too many local juniors.
Yeah. No one even knows who they are.
I think Mahe Fanua might have been the last one. So.
That's right. I think a great example of a Storm player who did play rep footy and then went to another club and didn't quite have the same success. Dane Nelson.
He might be the great example. Well, at least other than Adam Blair. Who went to many other clubs and could never replicate it.
I was going to say, you're just picking on ex-Warriors that were in the Storm system. Yeah, what's the go?
Todd Lowry.
Well,
Hoffman was great.
Brenko Lee played in the grand final. Also, says all we need to know.
Okay, let's go shift focus to this week. The preview. Let's start with your stats, Teddy. What have you got for us?
Well, let's just start. So, how do I break this down to a few? I'm going to break them down to a few different areas here. I've got some Churchill medal stats, some try scorer stats on top of the normal stuff as well. So, let's just start with the normal stuff. Looking at grand finals, Penrith are the first-ranked defence. The Storm are the fourth-ranked defence. That's going to be important here. Number one defence has won 6 of the last 8 grand finals, won 12 of the last 18. So the team who finished top defence of the year often win the grand final, 2/3 in the last 18 years. When there's a 3+ differential in defence, like one team finishes first, the others finish fourth, something like that, in the last decade, the top team has not only won all 3 times, they've won by 16 or more. So it's been an absolute toweling. Favourites have a poor record in the grand final, 3-6 against the spread the last 9. The under is hitting 9 of the last 13, but we have skewed overs in the Panthers era. 3 of the last 4 have gone over, even though the first half have gone under, I think, in 3 of the last 4. Head-to-head, Storm won the last 2, but excuses for Penrith in both for mine. 8-0 round 1, Penrith coming back off the World Club Challenge. Well and truly underdone for that one. And 24-22, if you remember, that was a highly controversial game. Fisher Harris got penalised late, but there was an early try given that should have been obstruction and all that stuff. So I don't think Penrith will take too much from that. Last minute in the final, 2021, I think it was, maybe 2022. Penrith won 38-4. Last 16 have been split evenly, but in the last 8, Penrith have top 22 5 times. Melbourne have been held to 8 or fewer 5 times. And the under is 18 and 11. No real edge with the referee. Klein, last 4 years, Melbourne 11-6, 9-8 against the spread. Penrith 13-4, 9-8 against the spread. Favourites cover 54% of the time. Penrith, they're a real positive one. Penrith 7-1 against the spread in finals the last 3 years. They've conceded more than 12 points, just 1 in the last 10 finals. So obviously buckle down defensively. 21-11 against the spread against top 4 teams. 9-3 against the spread, starting $1.80 or longer. 6-2 against the spread at a core. No real knock on Melbourne here. Teams are scoring 48 plus, cover at 62% the last 4 years. The Storm, 19-9 against the spread, are scoring 36 plus, so their attack is a real indicator of where they're at. 24-12 against the spread, for 13 plus. The under, 15-8 when Melbourne are $1.80 or longer. 15-11 Melbourne in the top 4 teams. Over 6-2 Penrith at the core, mainly finals games. So I am extremely confident in the Panthers on that front. Maybe a small lean towards the under, particularly the first half under. some try scorer stats. In the last decade, we have had 56 tries in the grand final. Backs have scored 42. Forwards have scored 12. Bench players have scored 2. That's in the last decade. 2 edge back rowers have scored tries. No edge back rower has scored a try in the grand final since 2017. They're always very short in betting. So big lay on Eli Katoa, Liam Martin, all those kind of players who typically get kind of found out. Luke Garner, who's one of mine, I was very keen. Last decade, 1 locker scored a try. Only 3 hookers have scored tries in the last decade. The 3 in the last 5 years. 2 have been first try scorers, that Sam Verrills and Mitch Kenny. Both at ridiculously huge odds. Props go much better. Scored 6 tries, including 2 last year. Of the backs, 14 wingers, 13 centres, 6 fullbacks, 6 5'8", 3 halfback. Centres, though, are a much bigger price than wingers, so probably the value around the centres. 3 halfbacks have scored tries. 2 have been by Nathan Cleary. 2 have been last try scorer. Renowned second half try scorer, I'd be looking at Nathan Cleary, second half try, Nathan Cleary, last try scorer. Again, in terms of first try scorers over the last decade, 4 wingers, 3 centres, 2 hookers. Last try scorer has been 4 wingers, 2 halfbacks, 2 fullbacks. The game opens up a little bit there. So a little something there for your try scorers without kind of delving too deep into who we like. But Alan Waddy gets a good matchup there. Centre score. Penrith left centre has been found over and over again. We go to Matt Burton. Crichton, when he played on the left, have scored tries in grand finals. So, and one of the centres has scored a try in 9 of the last 10 grand finals. And we've had 2+ in 4 of those. So I'll be working around centres a lot there. And in terms of Churchill medal, there's a very clear formula that you need to win to be considered. 35 of the 38 winners have played Origin or Test football prior to winning. You are not being picked as a random player. 4 winners have come from a losing team. 0 wingers, 0 centres have ever won it. The last 7 winners have all been spine players. Makes it pretty clear for me who's going to win if you like Penrith. If you like the Storm, maybe a little bit more complicated, but you've got to work around your half, 5'8" fullback. Forwards, haven't won one since 2016. Searle got this one. No, this one with Luke Lewis, but no second row since 2016. There's only ever been 4 winners. There's been 6 lock winners, none since 2014. No proppers won since 2008. And funnily enough, no hooker has won since 2006. So you want stats, Karl? There you go.
Sorry, I passed out like 45 minutes ago.
Well, we are a gambling podcast. I just want to give you punters.
That was great, and I had like about halfway through that, I had a little jab to come back at you, but I've
let him go.
It was
on a roll.
It was.
I was waiting for the Trent Barrett is 3 and 45, and
well, the hooker one's surprising, eh?
It was for me. It was. I'm not sure in the movie Old School. I feel like Will Ferrell after the debate. I blacked out halfway through. The hooker one surprising, right? Like Cameron Smith must have played in 10 grand finals over that run and never won one.
2006. So it was Broncos Storm. Sean Berrigan, yeah, wow.
And he shouldn't have got it that day. Darren Lockyer was far superior. But there was an era there where they like to try to dig out a bit of a random one. And we are at the complete opposite end of the continuum, that one where they pick out the obvious one. A little bit of history as well, possibly this weekend. Nathan Cleary. There's never been a back-to-back winner, and no players ever won it 3 times. So Nathan Cleary wins it. He'll be breaking new ground, but not something he's unused to.
I don't really know where to go from there. Like that, there was a lot there to take in.
We should just go around to who we think is going to win, maybe, and why. That was, you could make a case for both teams. But
yeah, before we do that, I kind of you probably covered it, all of this in that lovely stat pile you've just given. But I'll continue to look at the last 12 grand finals. The average total was 34. Average winning margin 10 points. And the last 4 that the Penrith have been involved with, average total is 40. So I think you said it skews overs with Penrith. Average.
It's one of those ones, though, if you look at those games, right, you can always tell an unders game and an overs game. When you saw that Storm game the other night, that was always an overs game, by the way it was being played. The last 2 grand finals, that was the Penrith Parramatta game was under the entire way, and then Jake Arthur came on and they got those 2 late tries with, I think in the last 4 minutes, 2 consolation tries when Penrith got 28-0 to go over the total by a half point. And last year, was it 8-0 at half time? It was pretty close to 8-0 at half time, and then Ezra Mann came out and went bang, 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 and then obviously Penrith needed to throw it around to get back into it. So ended up on 50, but that game looked an unders game for 60 minutes or 55 minutes. So I wouldn't be skewed. I think your stat of the last decade is probably more suitable than what you're saying, man, if you just look at the style of the game.
Well, one that does. So looking at the winning team's average points versus the losing team's average points, 22-10 over the last 12, and then 23-17 in the last 4. Basically, it's a race to 20. Get to 24, you're probably going to win. It's kind of
Broncos, not always.
Yeah, probably going to win. It's very intriguing, and like you say, you can make a case or an argument for both sides. So we'll start there. Like you've said, Teddy, you're with Penrith here.
Yeah, I'm with Penrith. I'm with Penrith confidently. I'm going to be on Penrith to win. Penrith 13+ will be where I'll be back in Melbourne under total points. I kind of win this week. Really want to find myself in Melbourne. I have an affinity with Melbourne. Lived in there for a long time. I've always liked the way the Storm played. Despise Penrith, but the numbers, particularly the defensive numbers that I brought out early on, I've always kind of known over the last 2 decades that defense wins premierships. It's the old phrase, but in league it's very much true. But the differential, like the Storm defense, has been not typically Storm this year, and I have to. The Nelson loss, I think, is big. Like they are a physical big pack, the Panthers, and you can go through Melbourne. Oh, they've got some hard workers in there, but you can go through Melbourne. Melbourne take advantage with their leg speed and can quick play the ball. That's how they kind of use their forward pack, small and nimble. But Penrith can get a roll on. I can see punching a few holes through there. So, very confident Penrith this week will be the way I'll be approaching this game.
Searle, before I get your thoughts on who's going to win, late in that Penrith game last week, Nathan Cleary came out of a tackle clutching his shoulder. Are we worried about that at all?
I cracked up in the press conference when he was like, look, my shoulder's fine, and it barely fucking moved. I've seen a lot of better looking shoulders than that. But I was jotting down points for my own podcast this week, and it was like, what do the Storm need to win? What do the Panthers need to do to win? I reckon the Storm, if they roll a similar game plan to what they used against Carey, where they chuck size and speed at Nathan on multiple occasions, make him get through a lot of work on defense, then that will definitely go a long way to trying to beat them. So, chucking Pappenhausen at him, that would have been great to chuck Nelson at him, but that's a big loss there. The only difference for me is I think Liam Martin's going to play his bodyguard role perfectly. And I see this whole Munster-Martin beef that's all of a sudden emerged, which has been hilarious. I saw Liam Martin said something really nice about Munster, and then Munster flat out came out and said basically that he roomed with him at the last World Cup and he thinks he's a weirdo and they didn't get along. So, yeah. And then Liam Martin came back and was like, oh, I didn't know he felt that way. Right, it's game on. So I'm not sure if Liam Martin needed a bit of a firecracker to fire up because he's a nutcase in the first place, but I think that might be the push he needed, and just fueled by this whole 2020 loss, which kick-started this dynasty, I think Penrith will be more fired up for this final than they have been in a long time. So, yeah, to answer your question, Cleary, there's ways to get around that, but he's just so classy. And I think Liam Martin is going to step up and take that role and responsibility really personally.
Where are you at here, Paul?
I'm with
You
Teddy.
still with us?
I love
no
that.
surprises there. You been listening or?
Turn it up. Did I not say? I love the defense. And I think that Penrith can slow down the Storm. And the Storm do rely on speed, not just footwork, but speed to play the ball. And I think that the Panthers are one of the best teams of slowing down the play the ball without getting pinged too much. So I think in that respect, the Panthers will have it over the Storm. But I just think this is a wonderful grand final. One of the I think the two best teams have made it through to the grand final. And there are, well, if not for the Storm winning in, 2020, the Panthers will already have 4 in a row. So it would just has a wee bit of sort of poetic justice to it if the Panthers are to get up for this grand final to make it 4 in a row. So, and I remember that grand final because Teddy was absolutely furious that the overs struck. I remember late in the game, Teddy thought that the ref was just trying to even things up.
He was.
Yeah. I can just remember Teddy absolutely. He was very, very keen on, I think it was, first of all, 13 and over on unders in the game total, unders for the Panthers. And
I had a bit going that day, Paul.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I remember it well. But it's just a great matchup this weekend. And I like some of the stats that Teddy came up with too. And they will factor into my punting this weekend.
It's worth talking about the referee. You mentioned Styles as well. And if Klein puts the whistle away, which he's apt to do in these big games, you would imagine that's going to suit Penrith, right? Or they will want to play it slower, more methodically. And you've got all the stats, but how you referee these two middle of the season is different to how you referee in a final. And I can see him going with one of those premeditated games like it was 2 weeks ago, like he's in every Origin decider, where he just puts the whistle away and just lets them go hell for leather.
Well, where's Adam G?
Oh, don't get me started.
No, we're not talking about the rest. We're not doing that.
There's something. There must be something more to this.
Can we just rewind and can I just pick apart one of your?
Yeah.
You just said, if not for the Storm winning in 2020, the Panthers would already have 4 in a row.
Yeah.
With that mindset, if the Seagulls didn't win in 2011, the Warriors would have one. If what you can't. That's not an argument.
It's a great argument. It has some wonderful symmetry to it.
He's jet lagged from a boat.
First case of boat lag.
Boat lag. Yeah, we found it.
Oh, gee, there was a bit of talk about the Waz bar as well.
Oh, good spot.
Yeah.
Great spot. I'm going to go against all of you guys.
Oh, here we go.
Oi.
Good to see. Good to see.
Look, someone's got to do it. I don't know. I can't disagree with all the stats and all that. And normally, I sort of put all my punting around the stats, particularly in the NRL. But I don't know. I saw something in that Roosters game that kind of just feels like the Storm they've hit peak at the right time. All their top players have hit peak at the right time. Yes, Nelson's a massive loss. But I don't know. I just think there's something there. Complete flip a coin. The odds suggest that it's $1.90, $1.95. But I'm going to go put my neck on the line, go Melbourne in a tight one. But I, like you guys, just can't wait to watch this. It's going to be so good. So good.
Are we going overtime again?
Always.
Yeah.
Anyway, to betting. Since when have you cared about time?
Yeah, geez, Paulie, the rugby ones go about an hour and a half over because we start talking about random stuff.
Yeah, you weren't too concerned about time when you left me on the lurch with some old fella. You were talking something else there.
Bring it back. Bring it back. All right.
Yeah, we had a black cap on the rugby show, according to Teddy. So.
All right. We're going to do some betting. I haven't told Blake that he's got 200 to spend this week, so I'm just going to double his bets for him.
Yeah, I like it.
He has got either team 1 to 12, Katoa, anytime try scorer, which Teddy's told us cannot happen, and Cleary 6+ points. He will have $100 on that at $6.78. And then Ali Katoa, Clive Churchill medal, which we've heard cannot happen. He will have $100 on that at $34.
He could finish top of the table.
He could finish top of the table if Ali Katoa has a night for the ages. Teddy, where are you putting your money this week?
I'm having $100 on Nathan Cleary to win the Clive Churchill medal at $5. I am having $50 at $4.60 on the Panthers 13+. I'm having $25 first try scorer, Paul Alamotti at $19. And $25 on last try scorer, Nathan Cleary at $15. So I'm shooting for the stars. I'm shooting for victory. I can win all these bets, and I think I'll finish about 3,000 up for the year. So,
very good. Really?
I am chucking $100 on a same game multi, paying $3.53, and that's Cleary 4+ points, Meaney 4+ points, either team 1 to 12, and Brian To'o anytime try scorer. Hopefully that comes good for me. I'm going to chuck 80 on either team 1 to 12, which is pretty missionary, but hopefully that comes through. And then I know you said to avoid forwards, but for me, Isaiah Yeo is not a forward. He's part of that spine, paying $11. I reckon if he just rolls out a heck of a performance like he does every week, he could be a decent shot at $11. So I might chuck my last 20 on him. I've basically already won the year if you go back into all my bets that Paulie didn't process. So I'm just feet up, comfortable, just looking for some safe options.
I think you're spot on there with Joe. I'll be having a little bit of a save on him because he's the kind of lock that does it. Huge work rate, big numbers, plays 80 minutes. Yeah, great bet, yeah.
Paul?
I'm going to have 2 bets with my $200. The first bet is a power play. Nathan Cleary to score a try in the last 10 minutes of regular time. That's paying $23. I've got 50 on that Cleary to score in the last 10 minutes of regular. And then there's a boosted option. Nathan Cleary to score a try at any time and the Panthers to win. It's been boosted from 560 out to 650. I'm putting 150 on that.
Wow, wait. Chips in Cleary.
Hecka. That's a boat lag bet. That's a boat lag bet.
Power play boat lag special.
I have got 3 bets. I'm also going to go to the power play market. 150 on any starting winger to score the first try at $2.60. Then I'll have $25 on a same game multi, Brian To'o anytime, Jack Howarth anytime, either team by less than 12.5 at $11 something. And then my last 25 on Cam Munster, Clive Churchill at $8.
Oh.
You can't possibly lose from here, Karl. You couldn't possibly lose your lead from here.
Well, would Munster be the first player to slip in the shower and then go on to win the Clive? Surely.
Didn't David Kibble do that?
Oh, there you go.
But I don't think he went. I don't think he went and won a Clive though.
No. Also, any stats around Penrith wearing pink? Has any team ever won a grand final wearing pink?
Have they decided are they wearing the pink this week?
Yeah, they are because Melbourne finished top, so they get to wear their kit.
Yeah, right.
Can't wait.
I wish they'd worn the brown.
Does that flip you over to Karl? Now all momentum's with Karl's bet now of Storm.
All those stats you let me rattle off. You got the key stat right there, and I'll let it go.
Yeah, I thought I'd keep it right for the end of the pod, just to reward the loyal listeners.
What about this though? Purple v pink. What a world we live in.
Yeah.
Paul, what do we got promo wise?
Nothing.
Oh, sure.
It's got to be boat lag as well, surely.
Go on a boat and we'll give you a stupid price.
Well, there's only so many times you can listen to someone bastardize Shania Twain and looks like we've made it. Oh, my goodness. We've got the Oval Ball Mega Multi, of course, which you'll have to throw in some rugby as well to qualify.
What about your Interstate Cup and your NRLW? Come on, Paul.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yes, NRLW. Yeah, oh, that's a great point.
We're over time.
Roosters Sharks.
Yep.
Roosters minus.
Roosters, yeah.
Roosters.
Nice, Paulie. Good diversion for your lack of promos there. There's surely a same game as well. 3+ legs, missed by 1.
Yeah, well, I don't see it there at the moment.
Might have to check the promotions page in the coming days.
Later on, correct.
Yeah.
There'll be something.
Because we don't know.
Look, this
one job, team. One job, and we missed it.
To be fair, there was about 7 jobs that said we missed.
This has been one of the loosest shows we've had, I reckon. Apologies to punters. Boys, thank you very much. Teddy, as always, thank you.
Great, love it. Love Grand Final. Enjoy the Grand Final, everyone.
Yep, we'll come back next week to review it.
Yeah, well, Teddy won't be watching it at 10, kick-off at 10 o'clock, though, will he? No. That's good.
No, I did that for a few years, Paul. I didn't like it at all, so I moved back.
No, exactly.
That was the deciding factor.
It was a key factor.
Sorry, love, we're going back. This grand final kickoff is bull.
I don't remember any origins between 2017 and 2019 because I was off chops with Paul. We'll go to the pub and watch it. Sure, you go and sink scooters after work for 6 hours before the game. It's very hard to remember.
Yeah.
That's us, punters.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.